Hello, my name is Philip Hulk, International Artistic Director for Turning Guy and Label M Professional. Today we are here shooting our latest collection, Socialize, and I'm introducing my look, the Soraya. It's the shortest haircut in the Socialize collection. The focus is on a very short, tight back and sides, with a short, rounded off crown, with a heavy fringe and a punk finish. My inspiration for the Soraya is the Balenciaga campaign, where Giselle had her hair photoshopped to look like her hair is skin faded on the side into a very strong crop. Strong trend we saw at London Collection Man designer choose girls to walk in their show and give with their extreme haircuts still a masculine feeling but with a feminine touch to it. Soraya is representing that strength for our Socialize collection. Now let's have a look for the step-by-step of the Soraya. We start the sectioning of the hair. We're starting with a horseshoe, but a relatively high horseshoe. The horseshoe goes from high recession just on the crown to the other side of the high recession. We're subdividing this horseshoe with a radial section in the back, and then in front we straight away subdividing the fringe with a zigzag parting, which gives us later a softer feeling between layers and fringe. We start now with horizontal layering. We're starting in the front on the high recession, over directing the hair to 90 and over directing everything from the underneath to this point, and cut this horizontal layering all the way around the horseshoe. This point of our horizontal layering is the longest point of our scissor over comb. We start now first blasting the hair dry, because when the hair is dry, we can perfect our scissor over comb to a different level. First of all, we're starting with the normal cutting comb. We start scissor over comb from the underneath and working from the shortest point on the scalp up to our horizontal layer. We're working here with scissor over comb to get a slightly softer feeling to the campaign, where we work more with clippers and skin fade. When we achieved the length with our normal cutting comb, we go now into our barbering comb. With the barbering comb, we work around the perimeter to get an even tighter feeling through the hairline. What is very important when we do scissor over comb is that we focus on one area, try to make this area perfect, and then we move on. So step by step, our comb moves very slowly, and our scissor plate moves double the time than our comb. We don't build up too much graduation. To get a real strong feeling into it, we want to work relatively square and straight up the head shape. Work now to the top of the head. We're starting in the back area. What is very important for the look is that we don't keep too much length to the crown area. We're starting with a vertical section and connecting now our length from the horizontal layers underneath to the top. So we're working rounded into the head shape, 90 degrees, because with 90 degrees we remove maximum weight and get a real short feeling into it. We're working from here now, returning our pivot point slightly. Classically we would pivot from the crown area. Here we pivot from the point underneath. So what we want to achieve with these pivoting motions from the underneath is that we get a little bit more stacked out feeling to the side. How we know shorter hair pushes longer hair. So in this case we're pivoting from the inside now, section by section, to the outside, and get then here to the side a little bit more length and a little bit more stacked out feeling. When we are happy with the length, what we achieved now to the crown area and to the back of the head, we're taking this length and working our length to the front area. We're starting with a vertical section, cutting slightly an increasing line from short to longer, Subdividing now our guide and going now into the right hand side, where we're over directing each section to the previous section into the center, working from the inside to the outside, so we don't have a short to long feeling from the back to the front. We will have as well a very minimal short to long feeling from the inside to the outside. We repeat exactly the same method on the other side. So when you look at the shape now, you can see we will have slightly over-length feeling in the back and on the side areas compared to the scissor over comb to the underneath. This length could be taken off for suitable reasons. In this case, we want to keep as optional length because that gives us later the option keep it longer or personalize it shorter afterwards. We go now, next section is we go into the fringe area. We want to have quite a strong, heavy feeling in the fringe, but still with a very undone texture to it. So we over directing in horizontal sections the fringe forward and working now in a very, very rough point cut from one side to the other side of the recession, above the eyebrow, working in horizontal sections and over directing everything forward to the same stationary point to have as well the heaviness from the top area. The shape is now placed in. The cutting technique is finished. I'm using some thickening cream. It's great as a cutting agent, especially using it on finer hair types. It is a heat activated product which swells very nicely the cuticle of the hair and gives us quite a strong volume and body into the hair. I start with the label lamp dryer and plastering the hair from the back to the front quite smooth. What is very important for the look that we don't create any height on the crown area. We're using the label lamp small round brush to just blow dry slightly the sides up to achieve the kind of punk finish. Where the blow dry is now achieved, we want to do now some personalizing. Personalizing, we call it turning guy when we cut hair dry. So far we achieved the foundation of the cut. Now we want to personalize and make this haircut individual for our model. We personalize in parallel deep point cut. The idea is not to personalize the whole haircut. We really want to just go into the areas where we think we can optimize the shape a little bit more. Working to the side areas with a very gentle point cutting to get even a bit more texture, and obviously detailing now the fringe into the desired length. What is very important, that we don't make the fringe too fine, because when we personalize now too fine with the top of our scissors, it can look just soft instead of that rougher, more stronger texture in there. Afterwards we apply now some products. Matte paste. Why we choose matte paste is just because it gives us a very cool, undone, slightly matte finish to it, but still gives us this medium hold. We can still manipulate the hair into place and it doesn't look too set. It is much more about, has still this touchable, movable feeling to it. So that was the technique of the Soraya. Working with the shape for the Soraya, it's quite important that it is really short to the side areas. What makes the shape different to what we've probably done previously is that it is being worked even a little bit tighter and shorter. With Socialized collection at Turning Guy, we wanted to really bring a very strong focus on what happens at the moment worldwide with social media. Now we finished shooting our creative collection, getting mood boards together, looking into the models we want to use, bringing ideas together as an artistic team to now where we shot the campaign. It's just been incredible. This is my look, the Soraya from the Socialized collection.